We are live. So, what is up? I'm Martin from Real Talk Lifeline. So, sending love from the Philippines. I have a very special guest today, Julian Pineda. Before we start on the topic, which is about money, credit cards, and life, uh, subtitle is A Minor Setback. The best is yet to come. So, I'll share about that in a
Ooh,
bit. I'll give a quick intro. So, who are these guys? Who are we? So me, Martin, I'm the founder of Real Talk Lifeline. Since the topic is about money, uh, I'll share a bit. Going on 8 years as a financial consultant. So I started in the life insurance investments in November 2014. I also took some courses back related to it, like certified wealth planner. Uh, I've encountered several mentors. Also, why I invited Julian here is we crossed paths, I believe, back in 2018, because I took my very one of my very first personal development seminars, and I bumped into him when I took this one. So the Millionaire Mind Intensive, or MMI, that was 3 days intensive. We also went through this higher level type of training. So it's called this one, the Quantum Leap program, also by T. Harv Eker. So the topic there wasn't just about money, but we learned a lot also. Julian also was very supportive. I remember my Enlightened Warrior training camp, and he actually saved, I think, my bag or my wallet. Like it got lost. So super thankful for that. We're also both continuously learning. I was just reading this, I think, a few nights ago, and then
mm,
I saw a post from Julian. That's why it hit me. So before I jump into that, I'll flip it over to Julian. He'll give you a quick background on who he is, and where he's coming from. All right, Julian.
okay, cool. So, how many of you are excited to learn? There you go. We have one participant. Thank you, Martin. So yeah, as Martin mentioned, my name is Julian, and thank you for having me. I'm actually very nervous to be here because it's about real talk. No filters, no anything. Very spontaneous, and I don't even know what I'm going to say because Martin didn't give me a guide.
Perfect.
It's as raw as you can get. So, what I can contribute for today is number one, I purposefully did not shave because, as you know, Martin is known for his very gutsy look. So I plan to mimic it the best way I can. So that's it. There. Now, jumping on the topic, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share and add value to this community. I don't know if I need to speak in English, in Filipino, or in Chinese. Not that
Any. Yeah.
not that I can, but it's just that it's as real as raw as you can get. So there.
Okay, warm up question, Julian. But
So,
it's not so serious agad eh. Because
sige.
the topic is everyone's favorite and hated topic, diba? Money, credit cards, ganun. So,
Ooh.
warm up question lang. You can already feel Julian's vibe. Eh. Ito, uh, it's a question for both of us. So, has anyone ever said that you look like a local celebrity? And if ever, who is that person?
Ah, very interesting. Okay. So would you like the honors of going first?
Me first? Sige, to be fair. So, I actually don't really like that question, but from personal experience at the office, the one that hit me and I really could appreciate, they said daw Atom or Aurelio daw. I didn't know who he was, so I had to Google.
Oh,
Because you mentioned that when there's some stubble like that. So I looked him up and he's cool naman eh. He was the
yeah,
reporter
yeah.
and si Atom. How about you? If ever people say like you look like someone, whether local or foreign, ah?
Well, before coming to this live, when I did not shave and I kind of swept my hair like that, sabi nila,
Yeah.
kumakato daw yung celebrity named Martin Cruz. Yeah.
Akala ko Korean or ano.
Yun. And pero ano, well, in my head, well, growing up, no, kala mo naman sobrang bata natin. Pero growing up, yung mga peg ko, mga tipong James Reid eh. Pero malayo sa,
James Reid.
malayo. Pero some people say na I look like Korean when I shave and then in person, sabi nila Korean daw. Although marami tayong bashers, maybe we can attract bashers if I say it. Pero may may mga nagsabi sabi nila, yung iba, I don't know if it's true or malabo mata nila or hindi ko alam. Yung iba sabi, medyo Hyun Bin daw.
Oh.
Yung iba naman si Good Boy. I really don't know what's his name eh. Si Good Boy. Yung meron siyang billboard sa EDSA.
Yeah,
The guy from
Korean.
and yung hometown cha-cha. And then some people would say, yun si ano daw, what's his name? Unbreakable Sword ni Lee Min Ho dun sa The King. So I don't know
Unbreakable
their
Sword.
names. Basta mukha daw Koreano. So sige, pwede na yan.
A lot of Korean So by the way, bonus na lang, the people I've heard comment about you, they would say Piolo,
Yun!
Pascual,
Yan.
and then
Piolo Pascual, hindi Piolo Contis.
I don't even know. Ako personally, kasi he has a bit of the stubble na, I would say Christopher De Leon. That's me lang. Yeah,
Okay, yan. Parang like fine wine, aging gracefully.
yeah. Mhm.
Eh, wala pa, bata pa tayo, wala pang Christopher De Leon level, pero we'll get there.
Ayun. So Julian's very young, by the way. I'm 35 already, so you can just make a
You're
guess.
35.
Yeah,
You look
Julian's
like
younger,
34 lang.
and you get his personality. This is all a result of his train the trainer training.
That's somehow
Interacting.
true. That is somehow true because I used to be an introvert. Used to be.
Oh,
Now, when I took the Meyer-Briggs, somehow it's a bit ambivert. I actually don't know what an ambivert is. But as it
yeah.
seems, I'm a bit introverted and extroverted. So medyo na-develop siya. Pero before, wala. Pure introvert. As in, don't talk to me. I'll watch a movie on my own. Don't talk to me. Parang ganon.
That's super surprising. First time I heard that, and it hit because I thought you and Joy. So sorry, ladies, no.
No.
Pero, yeah, I mean Julian's still very friendly. But I thought you were like opposites, something like that.
Oh.
And then I
Wala.
thought you were the extrovert, and Joy was the. I thought she was the introvert. But then, super
Mm.
interesting. So yeah, that
Nag-change
was
it.
it
Something changed.
changed.
Yeah, it changed. So thank
So
you for trainings.
yeah, that's a result also for our trainings. No, ever since 2018. So a lot could change. Also, if there's any other background you feel like adding later on, because maybe you took up another seminar on money, or maybe you took up something that helped you with the topic. Yeah, just feel free to share. So people
Sure.
watching I'll use my training. People watching the live or the replay, feel free to comment down below. So yeah, I mean, it's more fun, interactive, and we get to learn from you as well. So
Right.
shifting, yeah, that was a good warm up icebreaker question. The topic here is I saw a recent post of Julian, so I'll share this super quick. And this one is the one that hit me just a few days ago. It made me reach out to Julian actually. So what happened was this one. If you could see it, Julian, on your screen also, so everyone can. He had this post on Facebook,
It's so cool.
and yeah, so I'll stop the screen share. We'll go back also. So it hit me because this was on my feed, so it looked a little different. But he said, as you can see, credit card bills are to the roof, but the savings are like Coke Zero, as you could see in the two ones below. But he said that he's been through worse, and this is just a minor setback. So last time it happened, I rose up and became stronger, bigger, and better.
Right.
So hashtag ano, watch me work. No? So going
Right.
back to us here, that's the topic. My question is, how is life before and after now? Since you said you've been through it before, you've been through all of this, like MMI, which is about mainly about money, actually, money mindset,
Right.
quantum leap, applying the lessons, because we both went through it. I was wondering, how did you do it? Like, you went through it before, so
Mm-hmm.
now you're going through it again. Like, maybe this is a life lesson for me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can reach out to Julian. Like, what's it like going through it now? Because you're going through it right now. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
what better time to ask, diba? Because it's real. People will usually ask na parang armchair na, mga lola, older elders, and they're like, I went through that 60 years ago. It's not the same, diba? Versus
Correct.
someone who's actually going through it right now. So my question is, like, how are you doing it? Like, what's the story behind that? What you're
Mm-hmm.
going through right now?
Right. Okay. So quick
Mhm.
backstory. So when
Yeah.
I went through it, actually, the first time I went through something like that was 1997. So it
Oh,
was during the Asian financial crisis. Although I did not go through it directly, it was my family who was hit. So
yeah.
when my family was hit, we had a kind of change in lifestyle. But of course, I'm a kid. What do I know? So parang all I knew is that okay, we had a change in lifestyle. That's it. So okay lang. So it's I didn't really feel it that much. It was just looking back, something that you recall, but you don't feel that much. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Then the next time it happened was in 2008 2009, and this time it was the global recession or the subprime mortgage crisis in the US, which affected the whole world.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was already studying. Well, technically, I was already in college, but this time it affected me more because I had to stop from school. So
Oh,
it was a difficult moment to the point that it wasn't just a change in lifestyle; it was a change in everything. I had to stop from school. I worked for almost 2 years. I saved up money, and then that's the time I went back to school, only to realize, of course, there are changes. There are a lot of transition. Of course, the emotions that your friends are already graduating or have graduated, and then I feel like a second year college. All those things. So it for me that was rock bottom for me,
wow.
because I mean, how many people go through the normal process of becoming a working student? Sometimes I just watch it on TV, or sometimes you feel that it shouldn't happen to you, di ba? Parang not to discriminate or disparage anybody, but sometimes I feel na it's a route if you came from the province and then di ba, your parents are not well off. So again,
Mhm.
not to discriminate anybody. Yun lang yung thinking ko. But at that point, it hit me na, how is that possible? My parents went to good universities. They are professionals. How come I'm experiencing this?
Yeah.
So it hit us emotionally. It hit us mentally. It hit us financially. Because well, honestly, who would want to hang out with a guy who doesn't have anything?
Oh, okay.
And of course, since I was a working student, I had to work in the morning and then come to class in the evening. So it was very depressing. Now, what changed is that right after, so of course, I was working, so I developed the habits, the discipline. And then right after college, I already went into business. So I started
Mm.
business, I started investing. And then that's when my life really changed. And fast forward to today, I am already a private investor. I'm a wealth manager. I have several businesses that I'm
Wow.
own that I manage, and pretty much that was a good life. Even when COVID happened, of course, I don't want to be insensitive to what's happening or to what has happened. We also had our fair share of losses in the family. But when COVID happened, I was probably one of the most secure people financially.
Wow.
I was thinking, nothing wrong can happen. I mean, I've prepared for this. It happened to us twice already, so
Hmm.
I am prepared for this. True enough, I was really actually prepared for it. So I wasn't really bothered if the economy does not open. Well, of course, again, not to be insensitive with our kababayans and with the people in the world. But if I'm just thinking about myself and my family, we won't go hungry. Yun na lang, ganun na lang siya.
Wow.
However, pertaining to what Martin saw, well, that was a few days ago.
Yeah.
This time, I am suddenly affected with some unforeseen events, which led
Hmm.
me to that post, which led me to the realization of posting that one in the hopes of course, it's a message to myself. At the same time, it's a message to tell people that what you see on social media isn't sometimes what you need to see on social media, something like that.
Yeah.
You see public figures, if you see like influencers like posting about lavish lifestyle, travels, material possessions that they have, this and that. Sometimes behind the scenes, you see it's something wrong, but sometimes credit card bills are just through the roof, and
Okay, I think Julian might be reconnecting. Let's check on him. All right.
we
So
are still on live, but I don't. There, okay.
there you go. You're back. I was like, are you reconnecting? Nakakabitin. I was like,
Yeah.
not everything is lavish. And then I was like, what's next? Oh
And then
god.
and then that's it. Not everything is lavish. Not all the time you see the highest internet speeds.
Yeah, yeah. It's real. This is real as it gets, man. Check
It
out.
is real. It
Yeah,
is
don't. No one's gonna stop or censor us here. So you're
right.
back. You're back. Your connection's smooth. And this happened just a few days ago, by the way.
Yes, I
So
am
Julian's
back.
Yeah, so Julian's talking about behind the scenes. Credit card bills were piling up, and then yeah, you
And
can
again,
con-
the internet is empathizing with us.
This is a nice. This is reality, man. I mean, see, not everyone has 100 Mbps.
Yeah, as much as we
Connection.
want to, right? Diba?
Hmm.
Not everyone can have 100 Mbps as much as we want to.
So yeah, you were saying recently, lang a few days ago, biglang there are challenges, credit card bills piling up. Um, how is it going now, naman? Like as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were cut off because on the part where it's not always lavish, which I believe is I don't actually like looking at that. Posing in front of fancy cars, jets that people don't even own. The reason
Right.
why I reached out to you, Julian, is I actually prefer people who are real. And before going back to you, you said a line here. Who would want to hang out with someone who doesn't have anything? And the reason why I'm reaching out to you right now is because of that. I believe the realest people are the ones when you said rock bottom. We're not the only ones. Like when I joined my quantum leap, it was to heal my depression. It wasn't necessarily financial only.
Right.
So I am still like in the process of healing from a 9 year relationship. uh right now my career is like burning out again a second time,
Mhm.
and then other people had to borrow money just to pay for the quantum leap. That was like 300 thousand plus
Right.
for the course, the plus all of the flights. So I'd rather learn from people who are that grounded or real, because we're all trying to find an answer or learn or get better. We're not no one like staying mediocre or giving up. That's not the point. So right now, I hope the people who are watching a live and then the replay, we're learning
Correct.
a lot from you, Julian, also. So yeah, going back to you, you said it's not always the lavish lifestyle on Instagram, Facebook. Right now, your credit cards are piling up. You said something here though that it's a minor setback. The best is yet to come. You've been through it. So what do you mean by that
Mhm.
when you say that?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, what I mean when I said that
Mm-hmm.
is that how I look at life is it's like a game. Okay. Of course, it's life is many things, but I also like to look at it as a game. It's a game wherein you start with zero, as in nothing, as in zero. You don't know anything. We don't know anything. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know how to walk, to speak, to eat, to take a bath. As in zero, we don't know anything. Now, somewhere along the
Yeah.
road, we learn thing through the guidance of our families and friends and environment. We learn certain skills, certain knowledge, and it makes us better. And then sometimes when you feel like you're about to reach your peak potential, or your maximum state, or your prime years, you suddenly get hit by a hiccup, a challenge, a setback. And
Yeah.
how I look at it is that it's never the same. It's never gonna go back. You're never gonna go back to, well, although you may feel like this is rock bottom, but actually it's not. And how can I say that? It's because you start from the ground, but if you look at it as a game, you are already on the ground of level 10.
Hmm. Okay.
And then you reach the higher level. So you like reach the mini bosses. Okay. So when you start, you're just playing with the ponce, with the minions, 'di ba? Yung mga
Yeah.
uh, whatever crypts sa gilid, 'di ba? Now when you reach
Dota. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, 'di ba? When you reach certain level, mga level 10 ka na, ano na, may mga mini boss na, whatever. Now you
Mm-hmm.
reach level 50, and then all of a sudden, when you think you're at level 50, you're about to reach your prime, you're about to turn from a simple acolyte. I'm putting game terminologies, di ba? When you started a simple acolyte, and then suddenly you're a paladin or a knight, you're thinking, big time na ako. I'm getting there, di ba? And then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, you're slammed with setbacks left and right. And then when you think about it, oh no, parang I'm at rock bottom. It may be true, you're on the ground level, you cannot even reach level 60. As in parang mga you've been in level 59 for 2 years. So ganun yung hindi
Wow.
you cannot break through the level 60 barrier. But when you look at it, that is your rock bottom now. But it was never
Mm.
rock bottom from level 0, because you are now a level 59 knight. Yes, of course, you're not the prince yet. You're not the king. You're not the level 100 boss level. But you're already at level 59. And guess what? When you break through level 59, when you reach level 60, the challenges will keep on coming. The responsibilities of real life will keep on coming. The burden, if you want to call it that, will keep on coming. The challenges, everything will just keep on coming. But again, you're not at level 0, you're at level 60. That's
Yeah.
how same with business. So right now, if I look at it, I have several businesses. Some businesses are not doing good, some businesses I don't have clients. But when I look at it, I'm not starting from zero, because I already have the knowledge, I already have the skills, I have the expertise, I have a few clients. I can work with that. And once I
Mm.
work with that, it will only take time. It's only a matter of time before I reach level 70. Yon, ganun siya. That's how I look at it. So my post, going back to that post, that's why it's a. It, although I really feel that it's I'm at a very low point in my life right now. But if I'm being honest, if I really
Yeah.
count blessings, actually we're not. I mean, I'm not that I'm not as sad as I used to be. Um, when I was a working student, that was bad. My bank accounts were zero. Here's the
Yeah.
thing: I actually only had one bank account.
Yeah. At
One
least here
bank
you
account.
have multiple, no?
Exactly. That point,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have a credit card because
Oh, okay.
banks don't. The banks didn't even believe in me that they should even loan me like 10,000, 20,000. It was that bad. It was that bad. Right now, as you can see, it's a six-digit balance. So at least the banks have trust in me that I can pay off six digits. So they increase the credit limit. So
Yeah.
it seems bad. That's why a picture really paints a thousand or a million words, right? Or a million stories, if you want to put it that way. Because looking at it at the onset, it looks really bad. But if you look at the underlying story behind it, and if we're being honest, and it's not really that bad. Yeah, that's why I said here in the line that
Well, I
last time.
will put it back. I'll put
Sure.
it back. Yeah,
Yeah,
you were
last
in
time
flow
I
at
said
the
it.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I rose. I became bigger. I became better. I became faster. It's the same thing right now. So it's a message to myself or a note to self that just watch me work. Time will tell, and then in just a few years or hopefully a few months, we really don't know, but after a few months, we're just gonna go back to this topic and laugh at it. Right now, it's a moment wherein you just want to cry, you just want to give up. But after a few months, after a year or so, you're just gonna look back at this moment and say, "Oh yeah, that was me in level 50. Now I'm at level 60. Probably the challenges are bigger. Now I'm handling, let's say, three people, five people. Now I'm handling 10 people. If we reach level 60, I'm probably handling 30 people, 30 employees. Now the challenges are bigger. But of course, you're not starting from zero. You still have a company, something like that.
Wow. So I have quick questions, Julian,
Sure.
because you said credit card bills are six digits. Also, what time was that? Year 2000 something, when you started becoming an investor. Meaning, it's the time when things started to shift for you. What year was that? Like, was it before 2018? Before we did MMI, Millionaire Mind Intensive? Like, what year was that, or what point was that in your life?
Okay, so when I stopped from college in 2008. So I
Yeah.
worked almost 2 years. I went back last quarter of 2009. So that
Mm-hmm.
was almost 2 years. So technically 2010 already. So technically, and then I graduated
Mm-hmm.
2013, mid of 2013. So at that point, I had nothing, zero, one bank account, no credit cards, zero savings, and I was a little bit in debt. Konti lang, a little bit, just a little bit. Of course, you owe people money, you owe people some loans. Um, and then your question was, when did I become an investor? Actually, I became an investor in 2010. I started
2010, that's when I started.
I started with 5,000 pesos, opening up a stock brokerage account for 5,000. That was it. So
Wow.
that was my first exposure in the market. However, it's not when things shifted. Actually, things shifted in 2017.
2017. Okay.
Because when I did MMI, so if you look at the if you look at the timeline, it was 9 years of drought. 2008, stopped from school.
Yeah, yeah,
2009,
yeah.
graduated. So parang angat ng onte. But still, I didn't have money because, of course, you're starting a business, you're starting everything. So you don't expect to have continuous clients. You don't have. You don't expect to have continuous flow of income. When I joined MMI 2016, probably I owe a lot of things to that program and to the trainers, to the whole program from Harv and the Quantum Leap. However,
Yeah.
I would say that that was the tipping point. It wasn't the foundation, it was the tipping point. And why is that? Because going back to the story of credit cards, when I signed up for Quantum Leap, I only had 10,000 in my bank account. And then and the people
Holy shit. That was
yeah,
2017 or 18?
16,
2016.
2016, yeah. So it was
Wow.
I think first quarter of 2016, and people can attest, the people in the sales booth, the people who who was there to support me. I was probably the most crybaby among 1,000 participants
Mm-hmm.
because because at that point I was thinking, how am I going to pay for 300 plus thousand when
Yeah.
I didn't even have, when I at that point I didn't even had the opportunity to touch 300,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I only had 10,000. So I was really crying. I was thinking, this is for me. I like the program. I like what I heard. I feel the energy. I feel that something in my life will change. But I just really cannot afford it. 10,000. And then people were giving me tips. And I was like, no, this is. And then here's the, since we're doing real talk, since we're doing real
Yeah.
talk,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
my my real talk at that point was, meron na bang nakulong kasi di nakapagbayad ng utang? As in, that was the thought process. Yung parang, I really
Yeah.
this program pero wala talaga ang pambayad. And here's the funny one. So for the guys who's watching and the organizers, obviously there are friends now, sila Joanna and Jev and Atsi and Jerome. This is
Yeah.
so funny. I actually paid um I think that was 2 days after the event has ended. So I signed up. I gave a down payment of 5,000 from my five from my 10,000. I paid 5,000 down payment, and then 2 days I paid them. I went to their office, and then when I went to their office, here's a funny thing. For 2 days, I was looking for a sponsor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
luckily I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get a sponsor, but I this is the weirdest part ever. I got a stranger to lend me his credit card. As in,
Wow. What?
as in stranger, as in this person was a friend of a friend of a friend who had that much credit limit. Of course, you have to swipe 300,000 one go, di ba? Sino ba naman, I mean, who among my friends had 300,000? I was, what, 20s, di ba? I was in my early 20s, mid 20s. I
Yeah.
didn't have friends or mga titos, titas who had 300,000 and who will loan you 300,000. So it was literally a stranger. So yeah. Now come to think of it, I should have, you know, um I should have given more to that stranger. Now it makes me think I should ano, I wouldn't say rekindle because we didn't know. I don't even know the name. My goodness, this is not my final friend.
The person who lent you 300,000.
Although I prayed for that person multiple times, and during that point,
Okay.
Stephanie. Pero ngayon I forgot na his name. My goodness, that was 6 years ago. I forgot na the name. I should look him up.
Um,
Grabe
I'll,
lang.
I'll I'll add something quick para Julian has a little breather. We'll go back to you naman. So
Or
when I signed up for my quantum leap, because it's Julian two people convinced me to sign up. I wasn't crying naman in tears literally, but it was very hard. It was very hard for me. I can imagine Julian naman because I've seen you in our seminars. So it's real. So when I did that in
yeah.
2018, it was I think Elvin Camus first who was saying that he really did it because he really signed up. He was doing it. The
Mhm.
second person and who pushed me to do it na talaga to let me do the down payment of 10,000. 10,000 talaga eh. It was Joy.
Oh, cool.
So now you know, because yeah, Joy is the partner of Julian.
That
So
is cool.
small world, no? And I really, like you, I had to go, where am I gonna withdraw yung ATM, ganon. Like, so many uh thoughts in my mind, excuses also. The
Yeah.
300,000 balance to pay in the office, that was like my life savings. Because when I did MDRT for like, what, 2016, 2017, the last year I did MDRT was 2018. But we signed up midway pa eh. That was like around June, July, or August, something like that. When
Right.
we were going through that, when I was going through it.
Mhm.
So I had to use my remaining life savings for that. I think that was the biggest I've ever spent on any seminar or something like that. No?
Right.
So it was really talagang, it's your life. You're paying for it with your life talaga, no? So I understand yung situation ni Julian is even parang mas grabe pa kasi you're borrowing that much from a stranger, a sponsor. I don't know
Yeah.
how you did it. Like, ginamit mo yung charm or something to get that. That's what I'm curious at. That's why I want to go back to you. Like, and then you said that's when things shifted because when you were investing in 2010, was that CitySec online, yung mga online stocks,
Right. Yeah.
CUL, like that. So recently lang I got into BPI trade, but that's a different story. It's because of the A-REIT. Normally I would just do it through a fund.
Right.
So you started 2010, but it only started shifting 2017. That's when
Yeah.
you finished your quantum leap, or what happened for the shift to happen?
Uh well, first of all, quick
Mhm.
shout out to the people who signed me up. So I remember at least these people I know, no? So, oh my gosh, I forgot the person who lent me the card. Nakakahiya. Pero at least the people who signed me up, I remember their names. Of course, they're my friends now. So we have
Mhm.
Fish, Paula, and Joanna. And my goodness, this is probably the how do I say this? The wettest paper ever. As in, I was really right.
Crying.
I can't even read it eh. As in, literally, ganon. It
Wait,
was
who is the first? I know Paula Peralta ba yun?
Paula. Paula, what's her name? Sorry, Paula, if you're watching. Paula, the kind of petite girl, no, not Paula Peralta, but Paula Peralta is
Okay.
also a friend. So hi, Paula.
And then the first one was Ish, or who's that?
Fish Florencio. Oh, yeah, na.
Okay, I haven't met
Shout
them.
out to
Joanna
them.
I've met naman for sure.
Yes. So
Yeah,
yun. So then, yan. So yun. Okay, what happened? The shift.
correct.
Actually,
How did it shift?
um, I think I just needed the kick, like something inside of me really kicked. And I also wanted to point out something that you said when you said that this is probably the biggest investment that we have paid for a seminar.
Yeah,
Actually, my mindset there is that this is actually the biggest investment that I have spent on myself, not on the seminar.
on myself. Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
it's the
Yeah.
biggest investment that I spent on myself. That's how I look at it. And how it shifted, it was a series of stepping stones eh. One event led to another, and it just really ticked. Every single program just really ticked. Like
Oh.
the first program that I took, I had to go to Singapore for that one. And it was my first time in Singapore. It was my second time out of the country. Ah. It was my second time out of the country ever in my whole entire life. So
Wow.
that experience alone, not just the experience of the program, the experience of riding an airplane, the experience of okay. So it was the second out of country trip in my entire life. The first one was when I graduated, and then this is only the third trip that I rode the airplane.
Wow.
Third or fourth, sorry, third or fourth, parang ganon. So
Mm-hmm.
as in, it was it it's a whole new different experience. Na it's my first time in years to ride a plane. It was my first time in years to travel abroad. It was my first time in Singapore. yun pa lang. So parang I was super, excuse me, I was super pumped up. I was super inspired. I was super hyped na parang
Mm.
my life is now changing. As in, literally before I entered the doors of the program, the mindset already is I'm rich. I'm getting there. It's I'm taking
Oh,
I'm taking videos. Before I didn't have the confidence. Right now I'm gonna post on social media. It's my first time in Singapore, something like that. So yun pa lang eh, the discipline, the habits, the environment literally changed. So when I went to the program, I was super immersed because I was super into it. Eh. So the program happened. I think it was 3 days, 5 days, and it was just real talk. Um, the speaker, the crew, the people. It was just real talk. It was a cry fest for me. I don't I don't want to preempt anybody who's going
was
to.
that Never Work Again? Singapore?
No, it was Mission to Millions.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Among the five in the Quantum Leap. I love that. Yeah, mine was in Johor though, Malaysia.
Oh, ours is in Singapore.
Singapore. Okay.
So it was no from the title itself, Mission to Millions. I was thinking, I'm gonna make millions here. All, but it was mostly touching the heart. So because it was the
Correct.
mission. So I was like, what is your life's mission? And then I started breaking down as in, why am I
Wow.
what is my purpose in life? Why am I even doing this? And then the shift changed because prior to that moment, all I was thinking of was the money. How do I make money? How do I make millions? How do I earn this
Yeah.
much money? It was all about the money. And then in that program alone, my realization was from the trip, from the program, and after the program, my whole realization there was, excuse me, the
Yeah.
whole realization is that money is just a tool. Money is just a byproduct of our actions and our decisions. And how we help others, how we add value, how we share, how we solve problems for people, how we work with people. That's the time we get paid. So the focus
Mm.
shifted from making money to now helping people, sharing, adding value, and then you get paid in the process. So
Wow.
when I applied that, when I applied that thinking in my businesses, it it was now focused on people. It was now focused on the staff, on the employees, on the clients, on the basically everybody, the stakeholders, the shareholders. How am I going to become a better person? How am I going to improve my relationships? How am I going to become a better sibling, a better son, a better person, a better service oriented business owner, something like that. And it was a shift that helped me to make, well, basically millions, something like that.
This was in 2016. Tama ba?
January 2017. So
January 20th. Wow. Okay.
yun pa, imagine I signed up 2016 but my first program 2017 kasi babayad utang ka pa eh. I cannot afford to buy. So delay pa ako few months.
Wow. It's hitting me lang because Mission to Millions was the first one that really hit me when I started with Never Work Again. Again, no spoilers. Nothing will ever um explain what it's like to actually attend the seminar. Like
Correct.
you have to actually go there to get what it's like. Never Work Again was very money focused business. The vehicles, which is good. But like you, it only shifted when I felt that the mission thing.
Mhm.
It was more heart or purpose mission in life. So that's actually what's in the center of my dream board. And I only did mine January 2019. It's usually every January, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, mine was 2 years after yours. So that one I love that sharing talaga. I'm gonna go back lang to focus on the topic, which is the credit cards, the stuff. I'm curious lang if there's outstanding balance 6 digits. Like, is What's that? So people get an idea. Some people, is that the your notes? That's so cool. What
No,
you
this is
drew?
yeah. So this is so for everybody who's watching, it's actually my dream board. So my dream board is usually in front of me when I'm working, but right now I'm just at home, so
Wait,
I'm not
I want
this.
to shift it on you. Sorry. Yun, yun.
There.
Forex, PSE, heart. What's in the heart? Sorry.
So the
1 billion.
focus. So the focus is the heart. So
Correct
the
in the
focus
middle.
is about caring. It's about sharing. It's about giving love, and it's heart centered. It's not money centered. So the money is around it, but the heart is the center. So my focus is everything that I do should have heart in it. It should have passion. It should be something that will really help people. It's not about the money. So money is not in the center. The heart is,
Correct, correct.
and the money will just attract based on what you give.
That's the
So
way we were trained. I 100% agree with Julian. So, saying I can't see the name of this Facebook
yeah,
user, but they're commenting. There are people watching us live. You can put dash your name, and I think your profile will come up if you give permission. Kasi.
oh, that is
So, thank you. We love the comments coming in. So, Julian, I'm curious. You're the outstanding balance. Money is not the most important thing anymore. That as where it's more clear.
mhm.
Maybe someone's curious. You mentioned lavish lifestyle, stuff like that. Someone might think, why does Julian have outstanding balance credit card? Is he paying for another seminar? Is he paying for parang some people have that term, yung kiting or whatever. Like they're just living beyond their means, diba? But
Right.
based on listening to you, I feel like that's not the case. So just to clear it up, when people see that and you say you're coming back stronger, is that because of investments? Is just the strategy or game plan? So people understand lang if
Right.
people wanted to do it your way or to be strategic, diba? Learn from you.
Correct. Yes. So actually, that balance is what we call a good debt.
Good depth. Okay.
Yes. So there's such a thing as good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is using the money to pay off liabilities like buying a phone which you don't really need. I mean, of
Correct.
course, phone, but you don't need the latest flip whatever phone just to just
Mm-hmm.
to impress people that doesn't really care about you. you know. So
Yeah.
the money that I posted there, it's actually a loan that I got out of my credit card. So it happens to be that your credit card or our credit cards is a double-edged sword. Meaning,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have the discipline, you're just gonna swipe it for shopping, for the 10-10 sale, for the 11-11 sale. Wala, mababaon ka sa utang because
Correct. Correct.
it's, again, it's the aggressive, it's the offensive side of credit card. But if you flip it, just like the credit card it does back and forth. If you flip it, now it becomes a defensive strategy or a defensive tool or a defensive sword. And how do you use it as a defensive investment or a defensive strategy? You can actually take out cash advances from it and use that loan money to purchase investments, to purchase assets that will eventually pay off the loans. So when you look
Ah.
at it, it seems bad because we're paying off a huge amount of chunk of money upfront, and you're paying when you take out a loan kasi, you're going to pay the principal plus the interest upfront. So it's
Yeah.
really heavy on the first few months or first few years. But as it progresses, you will feel that your investments are also catching up with it. So eventually, time will come wherein the monthly amortization or the monthly loan that you're paying, right now this is the monthly and this is your savings. But time will come wherein this savings, when you invest it properly, it will grow bigger. That this actually pays for this, and then you see that there's a difference here. That's the spread. You already make money out of the loan. So you are actually using OPT, as I call it, other people's treasure,
Mm.
leveraging on other people's money, basically. There.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the post is about. So it was a loan that I took out for an expansion, basically a new investment. So
Expansion, okay.
yeah,
So other people's treasure. That's the good debt.
yes. Although
Okay,
some
so
people may not agree, some people kasi are thinking debt is debt. So why not just use your savings if you want to invest? So don't take out a loan or don't take out a debt just to invest. It really depends on people. Ako kasi since I didn't have rich relatives, I didn't have connections, I didn't have basically anything, I didn't have assets. I needed to think of some way for a vehicle, and that's when I realized that people are actually willing to give you or to lend you money if you only know how to make it work and of course pay them off. So when I learned that, it became my strategy to really take out a few loans as long as I can pay it and make more.
yeah, I really appreciate that, Julian, because what you mentioned, I'm actually more like that. That the type of person who would just spend my savings. Now, I don't necessarily ask for like I don't go up to relatives and say, "Hey, can you give me 300,000, 1 million, or whatever like that?"
Right.
I'm not. I didn't grow up that way.
Hmm.
Now I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Like Alex Hormozy, this guy on YouTube, he said if you want to make 1 million, if you know a relative or a friend and they're willing to lend you $1 million, and then you purchase real estate, when it appreciates to 2 million, you sell it, net kunyari, pay back the 1 million, and then kumita ka ng 1 million. Diba? There are ways how real estate or other investments work. Going back to Julian,
Right.
the reason why pala, I'm just recapping, the outstanding balances there is because it's actually good debt. It's not buying the latest iPhone 14 or whatever, flip phone, ganon. It's
Yeah.
actually to purchase investments or expansion.
Right.
So I understand your post much better now pala. I thought you were in a bad place, you mga ganon like that. So because of what happens, sometimes people get into bad situations because they get desperate
Yeah.
in a bad way. Oh, so
Correct.
you answered
Yeah.
actually like the core question of that because you mentioned here that you've been through with this before and it was even bigger. So I was
Mhm.
curious lang kasi yung before was even harder to overcome. How did you
Right.
overcome that if this is just easier now, diba?
Yeah. Actually, it's not super easier. Well, I wouldn't say it is easier. It just gets simpler.
Okay.
Um, it's simple, but it's not easy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so how I did it before, but before it was really long, as you can see, 2008, and then I was able to turn the tides 2017. So that was
Uh-huh.
9 years. It wasn't, it was bad. I mean, that was really
Mm-hmm.
bad. 9 years, no parties, no cars, no phones. I mean, of course, I had a phone, but it's not the latest model. I used to have a 5,000 6,000 peso phone for a few years. It was
Mm-hmm.
that bad. I didn't go to movies. I only traveled like twice, thrice. Like what I've mentioned, I only been out of the country first time in 2018. So my first trip abroad, I was like 24, 25 years old. Diba? Some kids nowadays travel with their parents when they were younger or travel when they're 18 or whatever. Ako first time
Mm-hmm.
25. So it was tough. It was tough. So how did I overcome it?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's a um, and how I look at things right now. It's a combination of three things. Number
Okay.
one, number one is about the mindset. I believe mindset is very very important. As in, it is very important. How we
Mm-hmm.
do things, how we oversee things, how our outlook in life, it really changes everything. So it's very, very important. Ganun ka-important yung mindset. Yeah,
All right.
there. Thank you. Number two, building the winning habits. Winning
Building
habits.
the
What
winning.
is winning habits? Yeah, winning habits also includes the discipline. what do we do on our spare time? What do we do during weekends? What do we do on holidays? What do you watch on Netflix or on other streaming services? These are all parts of your discipline. What do we eat? What do we do? Basically, do you exercise or do you just let your body, okay na yan, parang, I'm married now, I have a wife or I have a girlfriend, happy naman siya, okay na yan, pabayaan mo yung katawan mo. Is it something like that? So, it's part of the winning habits eh. Yeah. So your prayer time and all of that. And of course, number three is the environment. Are
Mm.
we in an environment of growth? Are we in a conducive environment of support, of love, of expression? Is your environment when you tell them your dreams, are they the people who are going to laugh at you? Are they the people who are going to laugh at you but also support you? Or are they the people who are not gonna support you no matter what you say? Kahit na sabi mo, bigyan kita ng 1 million pag kumita ako, wala, di ba? So I think that's how I overcame it. And of course, will they
Wow.
always say prayer? Of course I pray, but I wouldn't, di ba? Your environment stronger than willpower. Correct, sabi ni Facebook user, di ba? So yun, of
Mm-hmm.
course, I also pray. Although I don't want to be, of course, but most people naman who watch or who are in these shows are mostly Christians or Catholics. But of course, we don't want to, we don't want to discriminate anyone. So we pray, but then we worship to whoever we believe in, God, universe, diba, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
So we pray. But my core three would be that one: mindset, winning habits, and the environment.
Wow, I love your answer. It's just very it's solid. Parang it's not like some magic formula for like the 5 minute abs or whatever yung mga ganun. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I actually went through this or I saw it also as I went through the Quantum Leap, MMI, as I am continuing training with Tony Robbins, with Coach Bam. All
Yes.
of these seem to be universal. The reason why I'm doing this live with Julian, as it was said here in the comments, is this is our environment. I would rather be here learning from each other than like watching crap on like YouTube, diba yung ganon.
Right.
So, nakaka-addict yan, diba? Whether it's shorts on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, yung iba. So, this environment for me is much more helpful.
Correct.
Uh, the one that hit me talaga, I think we're already wrapping up, is the biggest setback you went through was the 9 year one. It took long. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm actually familiar with learning how to live like super kurips, talagang like Spartan basic living.
Yeah.
So with me at least, you don't have to be ashamed. If you're like, well, let's eat na lang in mini stop or Jollibee or something, I'm okay with that. Parang I learned somehow like or growing up like that. If I met a girl partner, tapos she just wants to like eat a sundae cone or something, yung ganon na 15 pesos 20. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm okay with that. Like I can be happy with that. So
Yeah.
Julian said mindset, winning habits, and then environment. Uh,
Yeah.
that's how he really overcame it. No? And then yeah, I just wanted to debunk that the outstanding balance when people seen your post. I didn't understand it at first until reaching out. That's actually because of good debt. It's your calculated risk. Parang discard mo yun.
Yes. Correct.
And I like Julian because he's like a real life example. I can learn it from a textbook, but I really met Julian face to face. I also was there when he was training or co facilitating or co training with Elvin. When he was doing the sales training, you elevate results, no?
Yeah.
So and then yeah, I think Julian, you've also touched the lives of other people here watching the live. So again, I didn't expect that. That
Yeah, me too.
comment.
Yeah, ang ganda, ang ganda. Sadly, we don't know the people, but you can always PM us, no? You PM us. O, syempre, you wanna be your identities would you don't want to expose your identities, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
Anyways,
we'll see it naman after the live is done. It's gonna be in the group. So again, you can also reach out to Julian personally. So it actually ties back to your mission to millions. It was a really good reminder, the heart, the mission comes first, and then the money comes after as a result. So I love how yung discard ni Julian, taking the good debt. I normally take it from my savings first. And I'm learning just like him on investments, whether it's stocks, an index tracker fund, dollars if you're getting into that, if you have some dollars on the side,
yeah,
stocks. I started learning about REITs, the A REIT, yung real estate investment trust, yung funds with payouts. So Julian, I think he's also a good example on another topic or session. Follow him. Do you have a page pala or a group that people can follow you in?
yeah. So I do have a Facebook page. I do have a
Mhm.
YouTube channel. I do have Instagram, I think, and it's all in the same name. As you can see right now, it says here, I am Julian Pineda. So
So
that's
that's
it.
your handle. Okay. So everyone follow I am Julian Pineda. I have seen some of his videos on his Facebook page, I think. And he was like selling a laptop or a phone. So he all that is he's applying all the training, the skills. Because ako I was super allergic to sales before. So
Yeah,
everything you see here, it's a result of our training, his training then. When he was co-training with Elvin, who's like a sales trainer or talagang ganon, he was applying all his skills also. So yeah, I think small world that we're all starting to just reconnect. Yeah, Julian's also known for his antics.
to do
Tala-
TikTok. Actually, we're thinking of doing TikTok. It's just that, ayan, so baka may mga sponsor ng phone dyan. Actually, yun nga. So just to prove my point, this is an old phone, although it's a Note. I like taking down notes kasi. So although this is a Note, but
Yeah,
it's like 4 or 5 years old. And you see, I'm not even using AirPods. It's just a usual, Bluetooth, whatever. So talagang very simple life, no?
yeah.
Anyway,
I,
so yun,
I
yun
I
pala.
can I can relate that to Julian. Like my phone is a 2017, the mid range, like a Samsung A7. I have a very hard time. It's real, what he's saying. I have a very hard time doing lives or content because I can't even do Instagram reels with this.
Yeah,
Yung software, I can't edit. I can't even like do it. So yeah, I think there's a time naman where if ever we do have a break, like your investments, you get to sell your real estate or whatever in your
correct.
portfolio. There'll be a time naman I believe we're both wise.
Yeah,
We're not we don't spend on lavish stuff, but if it's a worthy investment, we're willing naman We're
correct.
willing to invest in it.
Yeah. So si Facebook user will get there. Pero kung papadalan mo kami ng phone, simulan agad natin yung TikTok.
Why not? Why
Why
not,
not?
diba?
Di ba? Kung ano,
Maximize resources
oo, 'di ba? Although
So,
although ito nakakatuwa, medyo i-plug ko lang din, pero these people don't want to be known, but they actually sent me a Realme X2 Pro for my birthday.
wow, is
Although
that a
that's a phone though. Although
yeah,
parang mostly gaming, pero parang pwede din ata mag-TikTok, pero I'm not so sure or so familiar yet. So anyway, there's one more thing. As I was actually browsing, baka isipin ng mga tao, oh, this is real, this is raw. Bakit parang ang dami, alam ko na yung mga sasabihin ko. Actually, I just wanted to share, as you know, yan nga, I have a page. Actually, share these things. So yan din actually sinabi ko. It's the right mindset, proper habits, and a conducive environment.
wow.
There.
It's the three things. Oh nga, no.
Ganun natin para
Tama.
makita.
Right mindset, winning habits, and then
Yeah.
the right
So talaga,
environment.
so baka isipin ng iba scripted ah. Actually kasi yun talaga ina-apply ko sa buhay ko. Kaya
I love it.
actually eto not na comments ng mga tao. Actually, kahit hindi iPhone, sir, to be honest, hindi ako Apple user, hindi ako marunong eh. So kahit padala niyo ako ng iPhone 14, tatanggapin ko kasi great receiver tayo. Pero masasayang lang sa akin
Excellent
kasi
receiver. Yeah. Same.
excellent receiver tayo.
I've never
Pero
had
I
an
actually
iPhone. Yeah.
ako rin eh. Actually, hindi ako marunong. Actually, this Mac, just in case Apple you're watching, I invest in your stocks So you send me a gift naman. Anyway, I'm using a MacBook Pro. I'm using a MacBook Pro. Pero siguro I'm utilizing 1% of the apps. As in literally, I don't know what I'm doing. So parang mas maganda yung mga ano niya, keynote and whatever. Pero literally, yun lang. I don't know what I'm doing eh. So kung anong phone
Pag
yung kailangan ko, basta yung maganda yung camera, na maganda yung speed, na pwede pang TikTok natin yan.
Pwede na. I'm very
Pwede,
similar to Julian. I didn't know this. My MacBook Pro is like a 2011 model or something.
yeah.
I'm just maximizing it. I'm on Windows right now. Kaya you can see Google Chrome, all that. Also for work kasi, usually Windows yung applications nila.
Yes.
And then, yung phone like Julian, I never had an iPhone yet. I'm willing to learn naman kung iPhone 14 yung binigay. But then I have friends using Xiaomi, Huawei, whatever, and basta Samsung as long as it's good.
Yeah.
Um, yun lang. I mean, we're with part of our training is um, I am a generous giver and I am an excellent receiver then.
Exactly.
So
Excellent,
so yun.
excellent receiver, di ba?
I
So, what,
remember si Thaddeus ba yun? Parang gumagan.
yeah, di ba? So, shout out to Thaddeus from Singapore.
Singapore, yeah. And then si Mac Atram. So love those guys. To wrap up, Julian, you answered my question on money, credit cards, and life. You're a minor setback, but the best is yet to come. I understand it better now. Do you have any last thing you want to share, or maybe you have a question naman that you want to throw back before we close the live?
Oh, that is so cool.
Mhm.
Wala naman. Basically, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching this live. Or if you will watch this on replay,
Mhm.
thank you for spending your time. Instead of watching Korean novellas, you're watching two guys who look like Korean people, but we're not. So that's diba?
Thank
Diba?
you.
So thank you for that. Diba? How do we do that? Oh,
Ano yung
sorry.
heart? May abago yan, That's a new heart. Alam ko lang yung ganun, tsaka
Ayun
ganun.
muna tayo dyan. So
That's a
yun. So
new one,
thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Um, thank you Martin for having me. Sige, since last yun, buti lang sinabi mo na I
Uh,
almost
There,
forgot.
there's a bonus last question for you, Julian. In case you wanna end it,
Sige.
Ako, I honor
Sabihin
the
muna
the
natin.
live viewer here, So, this one's really interesting, So,
Hmm.
request na lang pasagot. So, if within 30 days, you need to have 1M. So, that's 1 million pesos. Ano ang
Hmm.
gagawin mo to have that much money? Oh, interesting question,
Yeah, interesting question. Actually yun. So babalik tayo sa mindset. Actually, I don't look at it as easy money talaga.
Oh.
I really look at it as not easy money, no. I'm really willing to wait because wala, ganun eh. Yung indoctrination ko is two things. Either you're a farmer or you're a hunter. If you're a farmer, you need to plant, you need to, di ba, you reap what you sow, pero it takes time. Now, if you
Yeah.
really need, excuse me, we need to identify pala, in 30 days, kasi nakalagay dito, need to have 1M. So, kung talagang matindi pangangailangan, let's say, let's say, ano ba, matindi pangangailangan kasi need yung word na ginamit, hindi wanted, di ba? Kung need
Mm-hmm.
talaga, let's say hospital bills or education or you're gonna lose your house or a family is sick, a family member is
Oh.
sick, you need 1 million. Siguro what I can suggest is really go to your core strength. What is your strength? What are you good at? And how can you share that to other people? How can you help solve a problem for other people and get that money in return? So how does that work? Actually, I don't know who this person is. Maybe you wanna message me on my Facebook, or I know the story behind it. No? But if you
Mm-hmm.
really need it, let's say you're a good dancer. 30 days is a long time. You're a good dancer, ah. Here's what you can do:
Yeah.
come up with tutorials on how to dance. Look for a market for it. Ano ba yung problem that you wanna solve? Let's say the kids nowadays, they're going to school, di ba? Or Christmas party, ayan, sakto. Christmas party. Yung mga employees, probably they wanna dance. Yung kids, you wanna perform. Or mga weddings, di ba? December, maraming mga weddings. So you need to learn how to dance in 30 days. So what if you, Facebook user, my friend, if you know or you're good at dancing, you can
Mm-hmm.
solve that problem of dancing. So come up with tutorial videos and send it 30 days or for 30 days, and then parang ask for a payment for subscription or something, or sell the whole package as a whatever, 'di ba? And now if people are willing to pay for that one, 'di ba? Let's say, I don't know, if people are willing to pay for 10,000 pesos for that, you look for 100 people, 100 kids, and then you have 1 million in 30 days. It's not easy, but it's pretty much simple. It's straightforward. Now, what else? If you are really good at numbers or at trading, or maybe you can invest in the stock market. Lalo, market right now is medyo bagsak, di ba? If you can catch a really good project, a really good stock, a really good crypto, maybe I'm not saying, maybe you can make 1 million in a month or in 30 days. Diba? So really go back to what you're good at, and always go back to the heart. You're really good at this. You're really passionate at this. What is the problem that you can solve for people using what you have, using your strengths? Ganon. If you're
Yeah.
into selling, 'di ba? What can you sell for 1 million? Ayan, Martin, 'di ba? If you're into the finance industry, you're into insurances or ano, you can actually make 1 million with one client. 'Di ba? If you solve their really big problems like estate planning or retirement funding, you can actually make 1 million. 'Di ba? If you make
Yeah.
like 100,000, 250,000, you just need 4 to 5 clients, you have 1 million. So it really
Oh,
depends, no?
yeah, I can add quick to Julian. Again, I can only share based on my personal experience. I haven't made 1 million in 30 days, but maybe half of that with my biggest cases. So it was like 1 million na regular pay. And then
There.
the commission says 45% of that.
Hmm.
So that was the hardest case of my life in 2016. And
Mhm.
then you can also do single pays, diba? Ganun.
Right.
So I think a single pay pag 1M is it's like 2% yung commission. So ayun, I think it's 50M. I can't remember what the exact number is.
Mhm.
But then they're actually clients, high net worth clients that you can tap into. So ito, just this bonus lang for this person who asked the question. Uh, my mind, medyo na mind blown ako when I took my Certified Wealth Planner course. Kasi they taught us about private banking. This is like Credit Suisse, BDO private banking, ganun.
Right.
The amount of money for you to enter lang as a client is 1 million US dollars net worth.
Mhm.
So mga 50 million pesos pataas. So the investments they make are really big moves, diba? Parang crypto, those are like the whales, yung mga ganon, diba? Like that.
Oh,
So it's actually possible. Ito lang pang joke time na lang. I would say like for me, 30 days, I don't know, become a high-class male companion, diba? Look for a Vicky Bello type, yung mga ganon, diba? But again, realistically, what I've done, you could sell products for commission. They call those, I think, big ticket or high ticket sales. Yung
right.
mga terms na ganun. So the commission you get kahit 1%, 2% of the 5%, it can actually go to 1 million. I'll go back to Julian. So I also agree that like don't sell your soul to the devil or don't lose your heart yung essence kasi it won't be worth it rin in the end. Based lang on experience. So
Right.
if you want to try it yourself, Julian was already in debt. Ako naman, I just spent my life savings. You can try it yourself. We're not forcing any ideas naman here. Pero this is what worked for us. Eh. So yeah, back to Julian. If you want to close it, that was a really good question naman.
Yeah, it
From
is.
our live viewer. If you want to close it, maybe with yung final sharing mo or a question, yeah, we can wrap up this live.
Okay, so my final sharing, napaisip
Yeah.
ako. So sige, my final sharing for today is I will leave you with a question. I will leave you guys with a question. After watching this, assess yourself. You don't
Mm.
need to tell anybody. Just assess yourself. Ponder, think about it. Where are you in your life right now? Are you living your life to the fullest? Are you at your peak? You're at your prime career. Everything is going well. Your health, your wealth, your happiness, your relationships. Are you there or are you not there? I will end with basically my shirt. I chose this for this Facebook Live. So if you can see, although hindi nyo siya nakikita, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
see?
we can see.
No, actually, not that the thing here.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can.
You can't read it. That's the bummer. Wait lang. Let's see if I can do something about it.
Yung lighting or ano.
Yeah,
Are there words that on it?
there are words. Ah, that's a reveal. That's a reveal. So if you read it there.
Enough.
Ah, ha! May pa-reveal pa tayo dito sa Facebook
Oo
natin.
nga.
May pa magic show pa tayo. So there.
It says enough. I can read it. Yeah, it says enough.
Yeah, there it says enough. Okay. So it's one word, but it can actually have two meanings. And I want you, the guys who's watching this, to think about it.
Mm.
Where in your life are you right now? Are you in a point wherein yun nga, you're at your peak and you're saying that, Julian, I'm already in a state of enough. I have enough. Enough money, enough resources, enough happiness. Okay na. Kumbaga, sakto na ako. I am there already. Now, if you are that person, I want to challenge you. Is that really the life that you want? Or you want something more? Now, if you will tell me, okay na yon, that's already enough, then okay, then well and good. As long as you're happy, don't sell your soul for the money, or don't sell your health for the money as well. If you're already at that point, then well and good. Congratulations. Whatever you did, you've earned it. I respect I honor you. But if you're the person who, on the other hand, is saying, I am not yet enough, then here's the flip. I want you to this moment decide that this poverty, this sadness, this state will end now. And you tell yourself, enough. As in, tama na. Ayoko na. I am fed up with this life. I don't want to be in this state anymore. I need to change. And that is what I am leaving you guys with. Are you already enough? Okay na? Or are you in a point wherein tama na, enough na yung paghihirap na to, I want to level up. And
Wow.
regardless of your position right now, I respect you, I honor you, and I want to support you. Always remember to dream big, hashtag dream big, and believe that hashtag the best is yet to come. And
Wow.
we only have one life to live, so make it count.
Wow.
That's
So
it.
thank you. That's a very solid ending for Julian. I just wanna add lang to apply the lesson agad because he's asked if again you guys watching the live or the replay, you have your own answer. If it's okay, Julian, I'd like to share mine lang. Para at
Sure,
least I
sure,
applied the
please.
lesson very quick. Uh, I was at a point where I said enough, meaning I wanted to take action. People who don't know this, I actually wanted to reach out yesterday, but the live got moved. So
Hmm.
I was hungry, maybe not for more money, uh, status career naman necessarily at first, but I was hungry for the truth. That's why I did this live with Julian. I'm also very happy for Julian's side to apply the lesson. He's actually doing whatever it takes right now. Because before we went live, we had to go through a lot of tech um, fixing,
Yeah.
or you have no idea like what Julian is doing. His data is running, like all that, just to make this happen. So I believe he's also applying that lesson on enough, because he could have just settled. He could have said, "Wala, Martin, my Wi-Fi is like this. Ito na lang, diba? I'll just do video off, even though they don't get to see his handsome face, diba?" And the shirt reveal, grabe.
The
Medyo
shirt review, yun.
may magic pa sa ending eh. So
Oo.
I just I just wanted to add that to Julian's solid ending. I wanted to apply that lesson. And then yeah, for people who have enough already, his first example, the best example of that is just gratitude, contentment. If you can be at that state where you're living in abundance, these are terms that we've learned from our training.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You you are we are all good enough already at that state naman. So take whatever is useful for you. If it's not, feel free to just use something else, no? So thank you. Any last words, Julian? I'm about to close it.
Oh, that's it. Baka sawa na sila. Time na nila
Yeah,
sa
all
mga
right.
yan.
So we're gonna end this
Thank you.
live now. So yeah, thank you guys. We love you, and we will see you next time.